minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Let's get ready to suck it! It out into left field. It's going. It's going. It is gone.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the YSN Power Hour. DJ Yoakley with you, along with Jeff Bezos. We got Paul Munson, Mikey McNuggies McKenzie, and Billy McCartney. Gentlemen, how are we?
Not bad.
There's two of them. Where's the other two?
Doing great.
Thumbs up. We got the dog on the couch today.
Yeah.
I like it. All right. It is National Refreshment Day, gentlemen. National Refreshment Day. So keep it PG. We got Mikey on the show here today, Jeffrey. So what is your favorite refreshment, and where is your favorite place to enjoy that refreshment, I guess, is a even better question. Jeff, start us off.
Good root beer float at like Steak and Shake. So yeah, it'd be a good refreshment drink. Keeping it PG.
Not a boy. All right. Paulie?
My favorite drink, and I've had a hard time finding them lately. I've only been able to find it at a couple places. I'm a huge raspberry tea guy. I love it. And I love the raspberry brisk. And a couple of drive-thrus I've gone through and convenience stores I've went in don't have it. So it's been hard to find, but that's like my favorite refreshment drink. I love it.
Is there a brisk shortage? Is that what I'm hearing?
It's only the raspberry. I found strawberry melon. I found lemonade. I found all the other ones. But the other day when I was going down the scene, I stopped at my usual place, the drive-thru, and he didn't have any in the drive-thru. They were inside. He had to go get them. But he's like, oh, yeah, we got them inside. But he goes, the drive-thru's empty. But he goes, I only have a couple. I was like, well, then give me two.
Is there a Betos
up.
like 7 pallets of raspberry iced tea in your garage, Jeff?
I don't like raspberry iced tea.
But you would do it just to get it out of Paul's hands.
I would never do that. I would just give it all to Paul if I had it.
That's the kind of guy he is. I mean, ladies, this is Jeff Bezos.
No, ladies, just stay away.
He's a giver.
He's a
I giveth, I never taketh. Okay, I just give.
give and give and give and give
Giver
and
of all
give.
kinds.
He is
Gentlemen.
a dirty giver. Let's go to Mikey McKenzie. What's your favorite refreshment, buddy?
Probably apple juice. I'll go with apple juice. But the only time I won't go with that is when I'm having Oreos and it's a nice glass of milk.
Oh God! Apple juice and Oreos? That would be terrible.
No. You said
No,
I
said
know, but like
milk.
imagine
Yeah,
that.
apple juice and Oreos is
God.
very rough. That is
All right,
very rough.
so question for you, because this is an interesting. I don't want to say it's a kid question, but it's an interesting question across the board. Do you put ice in your juice, whether it be apple or orange? Because we've had this argument internally at the Yoakley house. Can you put ice in juice?
I think I personally do not do that.
Chilled but never iced. Is that proper?
I mean, if the juice is in the fridge and then you just grab it out of the fridge and pour it in a glass and drink it, that's okay.
Yeah, but like if it's not, like sometimes it's not in the fridge, like you're taking it out, right?
If it's like a room temperature.
Yeah, because you're
Thing of
storing
juice.
juice, right? You store juice
Yeah.
and it doesn't make it to the fridge. Do you put ice in it, or can you drink it room temperature?
I would put ice in it.
I could drink it room temperature.
Yeah, I'm with Jeff on that.
I don't think
I
I'd drink
could
it.
drink it room temperature, but I mean, I would put ice in it to cool
Thank you, Paige.
off a little bit.
See, I was told that ice in juice, and this isn't coming from Sarah, this is coming from elsewhere. Ice in juice waters it down and it makes it taste terrible, which I've never had that experience. It tastes like juice.
Well, if you like let it sit there for a long time, yeah, it'll
I
water
mean, what
down
do you
a little
think?
bit.
What do you think the juice is made? Like 80% of it's probably water.
Right, but you know, like if you have iced coffee and you let it sit there long enough, and you take a sip out of it, and it's got like that water taste, and then all of a sudden the flavor's in. Shake it up.
Yeah, I've put ice in my milk before.
Ice in your milk?
What are you doing, Paul?
Okay, somebody kick Paul off.
Yeah, Paul, what
Well,
is
You put
Look at
ice
this.
in
Look
your
where it
milk.
came from.
Yeah, iced chocolate milk. That's not bad either.
She's a weirdo.
Why are you putting ice in already
I
a
don't know.
cold drink?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
if you don't keep milk in your fridge, then you're doing something wrong.
Dude,
mean,
you
like-
have to keep milk in your fridge.
You have to. It goes
Like,
bad.
then why would you put ice in it?
Ice in your juice is greater than butter on a Pop-Tart.
That is not true. You
Listen,
take that
I
back.
don't know how buttered your Pop-Tart.
I always put butter on a Pop-Tart, man.
100%.
That's where the dig's at. Gotcha. Okay. Now,
Got it.
Yeah, oh yeah, she was digging on me. 100%. And I agree with Kate. Ice in the milk or chocolate milk makes it a little colder. I mean, you're not letting it sit there for like a while.
But if
Like,
it's
put it
colder,
in
you
there.
can't taste it.
Yeah.
You don't need it to be
You're,
any colder.
you're wild, Paul.
Yeah, it's cold. But no, butter on a Pop-Tart, I grew up with that.
Dude,
But
it's awesome.
you put it in the toaster, you toast it, it comes out a little warm, you put some butter on there, and it like melts into the Pop-Tart. It's excellent.
You're just getting that. You're just trying to have a heart attack as quick as possible. Put a lot of butter on that. Put a lot of butter on that. Put a lot of butter on it.
Yeah. I like butter on my Pop-Tart.
I like butter on my Pop-Tart too. I'm not saying it's bad, but I put a lot of butter on that Pop-Tart.
Can you not taste a milkshake? The first couple of sips is like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like I can taste warmer stuff, like juice. When it's warmer, you can taste it better than when it's cold. Like the flavors pop. Shut up, Jeff. But that's a good point. Kate has a good point. Can you not taste a milkshake? Yeah, you're right. I just don't think I would ever be like.
Milkshakes are different. That's different. I think milkshakes are different.
If I mean, at the bottom, like when you're drinking chocolate milk, and at the bottom of the glass, there's going to be remnants of an ice cube, right?
Yeah.
Covered in chocolate milk.
No. No.
It's like having chocolate water.
Yeah.
Then you eat the ice cube.
Ugh.
No. Why would you do that?
It's an ice cube. It's not like you're sitting there eating.
But Kate,
It's
it's supposed to be cold when you get it out of the
chocolate.
fridge. It's supposed to be cold already.
Billy, how cold is your refrigerator? Because I got a feeling that it needs to be a little
Probably
chillier.
34 degrees.
So not freezing. You don't eat the ice cubes. There it is, Paul.
Yeah, you never eat the ice cubes in
See,
any.
it's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Difference of opinion.
Just go butter your Pop Tarts, Paul.
Billy, what's your refreshment and the best place to enjoy it?
Right now I'm thinking like summer. So being outside so much, the lemon lime Gatorade is a clutch factor on a 90+ day. And it just goes down so smooth. It's the OG Gatorade, none of this fancy schmancy, stupid cucumber stuff.
Whoa.
I said it. I ain't afraid about it.
Whoa.
Lemon lime's underrated as a Gatorade.
It is.
Cucumber melon's where it's at.
No, it's not.
On a hot
It used
day,
to-
it's
if you
refreshing.
remember back in the day, DJ, when we were in high school, they had this like orangish melon. It was just melon, and it was one of the best that they ever did. But they discontinued it, and now they have a different type of melon. But that melon back in the day was really good too. But
You know what
OG,
agitates me
nothing lime.
about Gatorade is they continue to change their consistency. Like from year to year, it's more salt, it's more sugar, it's more more flavor, less flavor. You know what I appreciate more than anything right now is those powder things, like the ones that come. You can put your own in. There it is. You know what you're getting. 2 scoops, bam, done. There's your Gatorade.
I remember the best stuff is like when we played football, our coach would get the powdered, packets, and he would just and then fill it up with water, guys, and then the freshmen would bring it out. That was great too.
Cucumber melon Gatorade has to taste like soap from Bath and Body Works.
Yes,
You-
accurate.
the soap, or there was the there was always the hand lotion. Like everybody had the cucumber melon was like the thing of the 90s. Everybody
Yeah,
had
because
that.
you can smell it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: no one ever tasted it until Gatorade said, "You know what? We could probably put this into a taste." And it tastes pretty good. And it's when it's cold. You know what? The other one is their sour apple, are the two that like on a hot day.
Maybe we should put a poll up to see before you say it tastes pretty good. I think you might be in the minority there.
Probably, but when you think Gatorade, you're thinking what? You're thinking
Punch.
yellow, red, blue. You know what I mean? Or orange, I guess.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Fruit
so
Punch
you-
is my favorite. That's the go-to.
Is it bad to say that I like Powerade a lot more than Gatorade right now?
I love the grape Powerade. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
The
Grape
yellow Powerade
Powerade
is awesome.
The grape Powerade to me is their best one. At least it's my favorite one. How about that?
For my refreshment, I am a big lemonade guy. Big lemonade guy. So when it comes down to like flavored lemonade that I've somehow the world needs to know about more. Like I thought there was just one lemonade, or I guess 2, pink and yellow. Now there's like blueberry lemonade. There's strawberry lemonade. There's mango lemonade, pineapple. Like it is crazy. It's a crazy world of lemonade out there. And for a lemonade lover like myself, I'm all in. I'm all in on all the different types of lemonade because it's just that good. We got here Munson's tattoo says Numbers Blood Orange. Also very good. Also, now we 100% know who this is. Coming. Kate says a couple bad aims of body spray, not great taste.
Yeah. If you don't aim it right, next thing you know, you're eating it.
Well, as long as she's not eating the lotion, like that was,
Yeah.
that would be bad. What do we got here? Grape says Mardell, and Carrie says, "Sorry, Nuggies, but vodka lemonade is where it's at." Respect. Texas Roadhouse Blue Crush lemonade is fire. Never had it.
I'm veto.
You just veto the first 2 words in that sentence. That's all you vetoed.
I'm still a little upset with them right now.
We got to go back.
That's a 6-ounce drink.
All right.
To go with your 6-ounce porterhouse.
Beautiful state, probably, wasn't it?
Let's get to some of the national news, I guess. The biggest stuff coming out, guys, is this NIL stuff continues to hog the headlines. But interestingly enough, now it's down in the high school ranks. I'm not going to say I called it, but I called it. I didn't think it'd be this fast. North Carolina, there's a young man who signed on with an NIL, name, image, likeness, that is worth big-time bucks. So the question I have for you guys is, are you surprised? And what is the impact that NIL could have in high school sports that could either be very good or very bad? Jeffrey, we'll start with you.
I'm not surprised because of how it's been going and how big it's been in college and with high school kids. Think they deserve what the college kids are getting, and basically they don't, because they don't equal as much money as they give to the school, because the kids are going to feel, like I said, more entitled.
Max Headroom there.
Did you just go remix on us?
Yeah.
Give to the school. Paul, your thoughts on this? I know this is going to be Kate says remix.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we all knew it was eventually going to happen at some point. I don't think it'll be as impactful as we think that it is. This kid, I was reading up on the article, I was reading it, the kid's got 5 million followers across his social media outlets. So this kid is somebody they say is very well respected when he does these travel ball tournaments. He goes around, other kids know him and love hanging around him. He's a really nice kid. So all it is he's going to get this money from I forget exactly what it was. I'd have to look at the article again. So
XL Sports or something.
Yeah, so he's going to be a marketing tool that they're just going to want him to publish stuff on all his social media, his Twitter, his Snapchat, his Facebook, all these different things, so that he can be branded with this company, and he's going to make, like I said, in the article, it said it's a multi-million-dollar contract this kid's going to end up getting before he even steps foot in college. If he even goes to college, he might go pro. So, I mean, I don't think it's going to be that bad. I don't think you're going to be seeing these kids signing with Nike and Reebok and things like that, where it could affect what their school has. Maybe a kid like that, though, could go out there and say, hey, listen, how about giving my school some swag? But when I was reading about the kid, he's originally from California, and he's playing for an elite prep school in North Carolina. So, I mean, he's all the way on the other side of the country from where he's from. So the school he's at probably is already sponsored by one of the big name, athletic brands. But I mean, more power to the kid. I mean, but that's who they're going to go after. That's where this is anymore. Listen, streaming is the new, radio, and we know that. Social media and these kids that are out there that are influencers that are making millions of dollars by just talking about the brands and stuff. That's where it's at. It's not to where we used to think, oh, you're going to sign and wear Nike on your shirt or wear these Adidas hats. That kind of stuff isn't what we are going to see. You're going to see these kids. It's social media. How many followers you got? You got 5 million? Great. We want to be with you, because what you say, these kids are going to be influenced to go and follow or go to this way and go that way. So, I mean,
you're exactly right, Paulie. Exactly right. Michael, this could be you. You could be a YSN athlete at some point. What does it mean to you? Are you excited for maybe an experience to use your name, image, and likeness in a positive way for playing sports?
I would if I was athletically gifted, per se, but I'm not. So I don't. I mean, I'd love to be a YSN athlete one day. I mean, but just the name, image, likeness thing. It should be no surprise that not only it made it to the high school ranks, but it made it as quickly as it did, because the spotlight on high school sports and individual players, I don't think it's ever been bigger. You had the LeBron James back in, what was it, 2003, where that was the first real time, him and Kobe Bryant, the first time he really dove into high school ranks to actually watch players. And now it's bigger. You got these recruiting rankings in football and basketball, and you're paying attention up and down the line, like the top 100, ESPN 100 in basketball, the 300 in football. Like you've got, let's say, Quinn Ewers right now. He's going to be an Ohio State quarterback in 22. I'm pretty sure he's going to sign a big endorsement deal pretty soon. Arch Manning, he's in 2023. He's the next big high school quarterback. Mikey Williams, I think that's the player that we're talking about that just signed the big money deal. Bronny James. I mean, the spotlight's never been bigger on these high school kids, so it's no surprise that they're diving down into high school ranks to get these endorsement deals out there. And I don't really think it's necessarily a bad thing. I think you could say that it's a neutral thing because these players are playing for these big time schools. I mean, Sierra Canyon, all the kids that play for that high school basketball team, and football wise, St. John Bosco and Mater Dei, all these California schools, all their players are going to get big money deals. All their starters are going to get these NIL deals. So it's not really a surprise all that much.
I'm really interested. Nobody's taking the other side on this. Billy, you're usually the guy that does it. I'm wondering if you can read my mind here.
I think we're in an era where the number of followers you have is a big deal to a lot of people, especially when it comes to the corporate world. And they're taking this and basically using kids right now. So I don't know if I necessarily like it. I think I really like the idea of kids being kids and then kind of going, out after you're, 18, then you can kind of figure out and do those things. I mean, it's weird that a 17-year-old or a 16-year-old is going to be making money, this type of money, when their parents kind of control that. So it's gets into a weird spot for me. I mean, we've heard a lot of horror stories about athletes getting taken advantage of. I think we're going to be looking in some scenarios where some minors are going to be taken advantage of by corporate America. And I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I tend to believe it's not a good thing. But when you have over 4 million Instagram followers, and right now Instagram's kind of where it's at in the world that we live in, you're basically judged on, hey, how many followers you got when it comes to, raising money. And I believe he's got a little over 4 million Instagram followers. So that's where that's where corporate America is intrigued right now. I don't like it per se. I think when you get into college, I can understand a little bit more. You're kind of in that you're an 18-year-old. You can make decisions for yourself, at least legally. So below that, I think that it should be hands off. I think you shouldn't be able to use 17-year-olds or below to make money off of something.
What are you going to think the first time that some 14-year-old makes a huge mistake after he's been paid, let's say, thousands? I mean, millions? Is it out of the question? No. But here locally, you think maybe thousands, maybe 100,000, something like that. If they make a mistake, let's say they get a car lease. They're 16. They get a car lease from a local dealership. All of a sudden there's a problem with it. Or even worse, their stock drops. What do you think mentally that's going to impact that kid that already, I mean, our kids are already invested more than, because there's more to do naturally during school hours, outside of school hours and beyond. How's that going to impact mentally some of these kids, and not just in the classroom, but between the lines?
If they got good parents and the parents are there to help them out and steer them in the right direction, I think the kids will be okay. The bad thing is, I mean, and I'm not like speaking out of turn when I say this, but some of these kids don't have good, role models. So, sometimes there is only one parent in the home and they're doing the best they can, working multiple jobs. And now all of a sudden, little Joey over here is getting this sponsorship because he's got all these followers and he's going to get some money. What does the parent do? Does the parent now all of a sudden say, well, now I might not have to work 3 jobs. I might have to just work 1, and we're going to live off of some of his money because we're getting this money and I'm his guardian and I can take care of it. And they might not be giving them the right advice to do the right thing. And that's the bad thing. And if the kid does that and goes out and does some shoplifting, say they go to the mall and, steal some shoes or something stupid. Okay, that place is going to drop them. And you can't blame them because they don't want to be associated with that. But, the kid now all of a sudden is just stuck. And like you said, maybe his stock drops. Maybe he's this blue chip athlete and all of a sudden now he's not as good as he was and he loses that scholarship, or not that scholarship, but that sponsorship. Then shit happens, man, Just
like Tiger Woods and his daddy.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at those situations and you go, listen, I know the way I was as a 14, 15, 16, 17, even 18-year-old, right? Nobody knew better than I did. during those years. My parents knew nothing, or so I thought. That was my thing. It's you against the world when you're a teenager, right? That's what we all talk about. That's the way. And then you turn 20, 21, 22, and then you realize everything your parents said was exactly the way that it was, and you were just some little butthole that thought you were bulletproof. Giving someone that amount of money, give them that, so to speak, the keys to the Lambo at 16 years old is going to cause more. To me, yes, opportunity will be there. So maybe they can pay for their own schooling as they move on to college or, move into their professional careers. But it also, the responsibility for a 16-year-old to carry a brand, my goodness. And I'm an advocate for it because I think it'd be awesome. However, giving them oodles and oodles of money, I think, would be devastating for some. Like, devastating. Will some be able to handle it? Absolutely. But others, it could set them back a lifetime. Because let's say you get $100,000, for a sponsorship. Mike, if you get used to making $100,000 a year and then you go out in the real world and you make 36, you're used to a lifestyle, and that lifestyle's not there anymore. It's depressing.
I mean, yeah.
Dynamite drop it,
Yes,
Mike.
absolutely.
Jeff, what about you?
Yeah, it would be below. Look at the people that won the lottery. They win millions and millions of dollars, and then they blow it all, and they don't have that money anymore. Now they have to go work a normal job and still try to live the life they lived after winning the lottery. It would be devastating to a high school kid who makes $100,000 and then realize, oh crap, I didn't turn out to be what I thought I was going to be, and now I just have to go work at Pizza Hut and make minimum wage. Now I'm screwed.
The decision-making skills of today's teenagers are not that stellar. Buyer beware.
I approve of that message.
I think teenagers always make terrible decisions.
I would say, you've seen some really strong teenagers come out, but I would say that's the 1%, right? Not to be the guy on the other side of the fence, but you see some teenagers that are. Coach Seidel has some great stories of teenagers that are basically the breadwinners in their family, and they've got to make sure that the lights stay on. That's character. It's unfortunate. That should never happen, but sometimes that's life. So, but 99%, Billy, I think you're spot on. Spot on.
And that's even when you say teenagers, that's still your 18, 19-year-old kids that are even in college are terrible decision makers. So you're going to even give these college kids that kind of money and say, hey, don't be a dick, and it's like, okay, you just gave this kid a lot of money. What do you think he's going to go do? They're not going to sit there and say, well, what stocks can I invest in? How's the market looking that I can put? No, it's going to be, dude, we're going to go make it rain. Let's go party. Let's go have a good time because I got this money, and he's going to have his buddies and they're going to go. And next thing you know, you better be performing because if not, that goes away. Now you're just another bum.
I heard an interesting, not story, but an observation, and not to get all high and mighty or not even political, but just from a stance of the people that rip on, the millennials nowadays, right? Because I'm technically in that millennial class, and I didn't even know that. But people rip on these millennials for the decisions they make when they were eating the Tide Pods, when they were doing all that stuff, the crazy stuff that you see kind of highlighted. Who raised these millennials? The people bitching about it. So I look at that and I go, listen, they're the people that are responsible for the 8th place trophies, not the millennials. It's the parents that when we got in trouble, or their kids get in trouble in school because they didn't hand in homework, they rush to their aid and bash the teachers because it's the teacher's fault.
Yeah.
That's why the millennials in our the younger generations are the way they are. Not because they chose to be that way, because this is the life that they know. It's really interesting to see this, and I'm not defending the millennials at all, But at the same time, you kind of got to point the finger back to the people that raised it, because if you allow it to happen, guess what the continuation is going to be?
Well, it's the thing of like a lot of those millennial like parents and stuff too. They want to be the kid's friend. I'm your friend. Like let's be buddy. I want to be your Facebook friend. Let's share this and let's do that. Where it's like instead, because then now when it's time to punish that kid, you don't want to be the bad guy because they might not like me. I'm sorry. When I did something wrong and I knew it, I was afraid to go home because I was like, well, what's going to happen? Am I going to get my ass beat or what? You know, and you did something.
The switch.
That's what happened. You know, it was a belt or a paddle. And now anymore, like everybody's like, oh, you don't paddle kids, you don't spank kids. It's like, then you're going to have these just monsters.
I don't think it comes down to like necessarily physical abuse. I think a lot of this comes down to just keeping the kids in check. Like they're not always right.
Yeah.
Hey, no, you can't have bedtime. No, you can't have bedtime at midnight when you're 5 years old. Doesn't work like that. Also, no, you can't do what you do in a basketball game and taunt somebody or have a technical and talk back to your coach or talk back to an official. That's not acceptable. But instead, we go and we rip the coach or rip the official on the way out and follow him into the parking lot, and and it's the official's fault. That's just how our society is nowadays, and it's really sad. It's really sad, and people wonder why we can't get officials and coaches, because it's never the kid's fault anymore. And this NIL going into high school to kind of tie everything together is going to make it 10 times worse. Because can you imagine that a kid with $100,000 sponsorship has to sit with incentives on the line? Like, I get a free car if I score, 50 points in a game, and a coach sits him at 48 because, let's say, the coach is jealous, or you're beating the tar off. Yeah,
fouls out of the game, and now that parent's gonna be pissed off at that official for calling that foul.
Like, think about that. Like, think about all the things that could come out of this, and are potentially really, really bad. And again, don't forget that sports betting is looming on the horizon, and everybody knows that if you start doing this stuff, the sponsorships with high school athletes, what's going to be right behind it? It's going to be sports betting. It's going to be. And people are going to say, oh, you'll never be able to bet on high school sports.
Shaving points and stuff. Hey, don't cover the spread.
I mean, you said, I forget who it was, maybe Paul, it was you, that a left tackle not getting paid as much as a quarterback or getting any love from a quarterback in college. And they've got money on the line.
Yeah. Oh, whoops, I missed that block. There he goes.
Olay, see you later. Guess what? I'm next in line for that beautiful car that you're going to be riding around in. I mean, Billy, can you see that stuff happening?
I don't know. I don't think something like that. First off, band kids are not athletes. So next question.
Oh.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Listen, I can see band kids getting sponsors if they want. Yeah, there could be some, instrument company out there that wants to know that the kid who dots the I at Ohio State, that he is sponsored by Yamaha or something like that. Why couldn't they be?
iPod.
Anybody could.
Maybe not iPod.
There's no athletes. They're not athletes.
I would argue that because I mean, listen, to do some of the stuff that those marching bands do, they're athletes, man. They're athletes. I would love for you to see it. I would love for you to see it. I would love for you to try it, even more so. Because I guarantee, and I'm not trying to defend where's Alec when we need him, the band guy. But to do what they do, you'd be out of breath.
Listen, I can't read music, so I'd be screwed. So
FACE, man.
I know that already. So yeah.
The Morning Beacon would sponsor a band kit.
But
we're going for swimmers.
Bands have 2-a-days too, Billy.
I don't care that they have 2-a-days. That's stupid.
Did Paige change his profile picture in the middle of the show?
No, he's on YouTube right now.
Oh.
I
was like, what the hell is that?
He gets blackballed on Facebook a lot because he tries to say things about the Cleveland Indians, and Facebook does not like that. It'll be easier whenever they're the Cleveland Guardians or the Cleveland Spiders. But all right, NIL.
Be in that. I think any kid's going to be eligible for that. It's just who's going to want to pay them. That's the thing. And even at the college level, who's going to want to give the swimmer money? Who's going to want to give the track kid money? Who's going to want to give the volleyball person money?
I can tell you exactly what's going to happen. The same stuff that we see happen all the time with us is, hey, I own a business. My kid's a swimmer. I want to sponsor this. So instead of, and Paul, this is going to be the tough thing for schools, because it will turn into schools versus athletes. And obviously there's way lower budget in high schools than there are colleges. And when you have attorneys and all these other that are sponsoring the kids because it's a write-off or some form of we can just, hey, listen, we're going to support this kid, or we're going to support this team, and we can just support the team directly or kid directly, it's going to present problems, like a ton of problems, because where are schools going to go? Where are you going to get your banners? Where are you going to get all the the corporate sponsors when they're just going to go, listen, I'm going to sign this kid?
Yeah, but the question is what can that? I guess my rebuttal to that would be, what is that kid going to get you that the school can't? The school can put your name out in all of our programs, on our school banners.
Or 4 million followers on Instagram.
Yep.
Okay, but if this kid, so we're looking at a kid, and it's got 4 million followers on Instagram, and you're an attorney and you want to sponsor this kid, are those 4 million followers anywhere close to coming to your business and using you as an attorney?
I mean, you got 4 million opportunities.
But if those 4 million people are all over the country, then what's that mean? Like, this kid who's going to get this is from California, playing in North Carolina. And if you are a place in Charlotte and you're like, well, I want to sponsor this kid, how many of those people across the country are going to come to Charlotte to use you if you're an attorney?
I mean,
well, here's the thing.
Odds, it's 4 million out of 4 million. If you get 2, is it worth it? Yep.
If you're a .com or you're in a situation where you're a digital marketplace,
yeah, different story. And that's what that company is. So they know now their market is the country, if not the world. So there you Yeah.
Just pointing things out, random things. Do you guys like my new flag?
So I like the placement of it for sure.
I pulled it out of the window and put it over top because people were stopping and it was creepy. Like literally looking in the window like this.
Hey, is Jeff Bezos in there?
That's what they want to see.
You're not lying. Chris Sigler was disappointed when he didn't get to golf with Jeff Bezos a couple weeks ago. I gave him the rundown, the roster of, because everybody was busy on the 17th, and I was like, Jeff can't golf. I can't tell you that I'm not disappointed, is what Siggy said. I was like, son of a gun.
Yeah. I get people who are upset when he's not on the show.
Yep.
Why isn't Jeff on the show? Listen, he does have to work sometimes. So
waiting for Jeff to just go ahead and admit the fact that he needs to join the club.
Let it fly, baby. Keep it going as long as you can, Jeff. Look at that.
Hold on strong. He's hold on strong. He's okay.
It's so far back. It's incredible.
McNuggies has way more hair than any of us right now.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'm also 17, so that's what's supposed to happen. That's kind of how it's supposed to be.
Nice job, haircut. We're going to take a break. When we come back, still lots to talk about. I want to talk about expansion drafts. Did anybody watch that last night? I caught something that was really interesting. You can draft somebody, and then you can trade them. Makes no sense at all. I want to talk about it. Stupid. Absolutely stupid. I'm completely against that, and I'll tell you why when we come back. Also, we will have the Burbick Farms What's Your Beef? What is your filet? And Jeffrey, it cannot be about the weather, and it cannot be about anything stupid. Like, you got to bring it today. Is there pressure on you?
Yes.
Yeah, there's never no pressure on me.
There's never no pressure. All right, there it is. We'll be back with... also, almost forgot this. Got to do our plug.
Yeah.
Got to do our plug. Amo's watching. Ladies and gentlemen, the Berlin Lake Golf Club annual raffle for their golf cart. Check it out. $50 for the ticket. They're going to pull it on Sunday, September 5th at the annual corn roast. You can win a golf cart, or if they pull your ticket, you can exchange that for $2,000. $2,000. Cold hard cash in your pocket. Oh, and by the way, when they're done with your ticket, they throw it right back in, and you can win more. When they shake it up, you can win the whole kit and caboodle. So sign up. Let us know if you want to buy a ticket. Again, $50 gets you multiple opportunities. It is the Berlin Lake Golf Club annual raffle for the golf cart, Sunday, September 5th at their annual corn roast. Get a hold of me, get a hold of YSN or Amo. He's there on Aaron Moser on Facebook. You can contact him directly, and he will get you a ticket. But until then, make sure that you're checking it out, and check out all the other great things, especially the back nine at the Berlin Lake Golf Club. Come see one of the Valley's hidden gems. The Back Nine Bar and Grill on the Berlin Lake Golf Club is the perfect place for fellowship, fame, food, and fun. Check out our daily specials and ask about memberships. The Back Nine Bar and Grill on Hartzell Road in North Bend.
Your first and last stop with your tax return should be with me, Tracy Bryden at Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown. No other dealer goes the extra mile to bring you the largest selection of vehicles at one convenient location. With guaranteed credit approval, I will find you the right vehicle and the right financing options for you. I am ready to go the extra mile to show you why no other dealer sells more cars, finances more, and gets you more for your refund than Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Jimmy Sutton here, Director of Isle, Purple Cat, and Golden String. We are happy to support YSN and 2 of my favorite people, Scotty Mincher and Super Dave O'Malley. We are an agency that provides services for adults with disabilities. We infuse humor, passion, and joy into their lives. If you know of any folks with disabilities that need our assistance, please contact us.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the YSN Power Hour. DJ with you, along with Jeff. We got Paul, we got Mike, and we have Billy. We have Munson's tattoo is having a day. Beto's backside block. We got new barbershop. No pressure from Greg Burbick. Trent Conway saying if Pat McAfee would shave his head, Jeff would. Is that true?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it is.
It's 100. I think it's legit.
Yep.
No, I want to do it.
If Pat said, you know what, cuzzy? I really like people with bald heads and glasses and mustaches. What are you gonna do?
Good for you, man. I'm good with some hair right now.
He's a jackass.
How long until he would cut his hair? If Pat McAfee
Under
said
24 hours.
No,
I'd say
I wanna-
Way under 24 hours. Probably under 12.
I'd say
Siggy wants to know if the shorts are that short in person as well.
They're that short.
What color shorts is Jeff wearing today? And how short are they?
Blue. He's wearing blue. That's what he wears with that outfit.
Let's see it. Blue?
No.
Let the people know. What are they?
You didn't even show them.
Not allowed.
What are they?
Not allowed. They're like khaki shorts.
Okay, there's khaki. There you go.
we couldn't see that the bar was there.
He usually wears those stupid light blue ones with that.
Is that true? Do you have like a rotation going?
What?
Do you have a rotation like I have to wear these shorts with this shirt? Are you that guy?
Yeah, I have to match every. Yeah, pretty much. Like I don't wear. I could wear like the khaki shorts with another shirt, but usually it's this shirt or that. That's it, really.
So what goes with the pink shirt?
These would probably go with the pink shirt, but I don't usually wear it. I usually wear my blue shorts with my pink shirt. That's it.
Let's talk expansion draft because Jeff's not getting it. He's not.
Sorry. I'm a little out of it.
Seattle Kraken in the NHL last night had their expansion draft. They were allowed to choose one player from each of the rosters in the NHL. I'm okay with that rule. Here's what I'm not okay with. They were also allowed to flip players and trade players back to their original teams. So, for instance, the Pittsburgh Penguins lost Brandon Tanev last night, and there's a lot of butthurt about it. But there's also there's dialogue going on that the Kraken would be willing to trade Tanev back if the deal were right. And I'm sitting there, why do they just pull this guy and try to package him with someone else to get back to Pittsburgh? And here's the other thing, why didn't Pittsburgh just protect him if they wanted him that bad?
Well, they're only allowed to protect so many people.
Correct.
Because when Vegas did that, they were only allowed to protect so many people, and that's how they got Fleury, because he was unprotected. So they took him. I don't mind this, though, because if you took somebody that team really liked and they're pissed about it, and now you go, well, okay, we really didn't need him, but we took him because we could use him. But if you want him back, what are you willing to give us? Why not?
I don't like it.
Even better, because now they can say, well, okay, we'll trade you this right winger and a draft pick to get this guy back. Okay,
How is it that city's problem that you want to come into the NHL? That's where I draw a problem. Is like we just had it a couple years ago in the NHL with Vegas. So you have the entire NHL has to give up one guy on their roster. Why do these guys, like, if you don't have a team by now, you don't need one. You don't need one. Just move a team from wherever to wherever. That's my. I don't like expansion. I do like, hey, listen, instead of 30 or 32, we just need to get the right 30 because you're watering down the product. Now, listen, I like the Kraken logo. I will give them credit for that. I think it's one of the sweetest logos in sports with the color scheme and everything. However, there's teams that can't even fill up their own building, and we're taking some of the top players off of their roster. What are you going to do? I just don't like you can trade. I don't like that they can trade at all. I don't like that they can trade. Like, sorry, man, you picked your team, fill up your minors, fill up your lineups. That's who you're stuck with because you took it off of somebody else that would have liked to have that guy. It's not their fault that you guys decided to have your own team. I think it's stupid.
I don't mind it. I think it was – I mean, the expansion draft is interesting to watch because – like, guys that are on teams are probably sitting there going, please don't pick me. Please don't pick me. And then when somebody else gets picked, you're like, oh, thank God I get to stay here. You know, but if, like, again, like I said, if you are that guy and that team was upset that they took him, then now you just go back to that team and say, listen, if you want him back, how about a draft pick in this guy and you can have him back? You know, and if the team agrees to that, then great. If they don't, then you say, all right, then fine, we're keeping him and shut up. Because you didn't protect the guy to begin with. He was free, so we took him. So, I mean, for the expansion teams, I think it's great because, listen, they're finding unique ways to try to make themselves even better. If somebody says, we really wanted this guy back, well, okay, then what are you willing to give back for him so that we can still make our team better?
Expansion team in baseball, where should it go?
Seattle.
I would.
Did he say Seattle?
He did.
What the shit?
Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jeff, you're a dumbass.
Correct, you are.
Jeff, what's the team
Vegas.
in Seattle?
Seattle Mariners. Vegas. There you go.
I was gonna say Vegas too, but it looks like they might end up getting the Athletics. So,
See, that's
might be going to Vancouver.
who?
That's where they're in business with right now. Vancouver.
the Vancouver Athletics.
Well, they're going to change their name. They don't have to keep the actual athletics part to it. Change it if they want to.
They're going to go from having nobody go to their games to having like 3 people go to their games just because they stumbled in a stadium.
They should keep the A's. That would be fitting with Canada.
That would be. They just turn into the EHs, the A's.
Nashville should definitely get a team.
I like Nashville. I think that's a good play there. Vegas and baseball. Can you imagine how hot? I mean, they would have to be indoors. They'd have to play in that stadium because, well, Phoenix too. And you talk about Arizona. The Pirates were just in Phoenix. They said it was 114 degrees during the day.
Suck it up. Suck it up.
Boys of summer, right? It can be
Suck it up and drink a cucumber Gatorade.
You were like, hey, I'm just a fat guy. And it's 91 degrees out here, and fat guys' lives matter. And like, weren't you just the same guy doing this?
I never said that. I never said that. You're just talking out of your ass.
We're gonna go right to the archive here. Just see, like, it was this.
Okay, you go do that research there.
Okay.
And come back. Come back tomorrow with the research.
All right, we'll do. I'll be right here.
All right.
Jeff, are you going to dress for the wedding, like on the Power Hour tomorrow? Like, are you going to be all dressed up?
Dress.
He's wearing white, so that's bad enough.
Maybe I should run you over.
Line him up.
Like
Let's go.
Oklahoma drill, me and you. See?
Oh.
You all thought I was going to run him over. Yeah, there you go. I will kick your butt in Oklahoma.
I have a good little picture in the of the Oklahoma drill in our chat that you should go back and look at.
I probably deleted it.
Let's go. Chris says Nashville or Charlotte. Charlotte wouldn't be. I mean, they have the minor league baseball team where, where we think Munson's tattoo is right now.
Munson's tattoo is actually in Marco Island in Florida.
Oh, that was just a stop on the way down.
Yeah, Charlotte, Atlanta, and then down to Marco Island. So
got it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind Charlotte having a professional baseball team. I think North Carolina, but the only problem is you're fighting those terrible, terrible storms.
I was thinking New Orleans would be pretty sweet too because they have. I say New Orleans. Sorry.
Well, you're wrong.
I know. That's fine. I mean, they have a good fan base down there, but again, you're the same thing. Your hurricanes and shit would really affect them.
I just love the city of Nashville. I think it's hard to argue that.
Oh, I think Nashville with country music and baseball would be perfect.
Home run.
And I also think that New Orleans, Paul, have you been there?
I have not.
It is the dirtiest place I've ever been in my life.
I've heard that. I've heard it's dirty.
It is like, and listen, some of that they blame on Katrina, and I get it. Some of it, no. Sorry.
Well, I used to always say Pittsburgh is the dirtiest place I've ever been in.
Hollywood for me, when I was in Hollywood, it was dirty. I was very shocked with how dirty Hollywood was. Like, just shit thrown on the street. People didn't care. It was just, and it's crazy because as you go after you leave Hollywood, the very next city or town, whatever you want to call it, is, oh my God. I just had a brain fart. Beverly Hills.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like night and day. Like, it is like dirty, scummy Hollywood, and all of a sudden it's like beautiful manicured grass.
Beverly Hills, that's where you want to be.
Yeah. I mean,
living in Beverly Hills.
People pee in the streets in New Orleans.
Not a joke. Like,
nothing wrong with that. Gotta go. You gotta go.
I think every big city, there's somebody peeing in the street somewhere.
Pittsburgh has a pee tunnel, or the tunnel that we referred to as the pee tunnel, where the homeless people were. So Billy's not wrong when he says that Pittsburgh is their dirty city, but it is nowhere near what I have encountered in New Orleans. Richie will back me up, because as a Canfield product, he has standards.
Richie was scared
from East Palestine. I was pretty much on par with everything, and he's like, "Ew, this place is disgusting," and I'm like, "You sound like a Canfield guy right now." It is a lot of people, says Kate, peeing in the streets, and she is not wrong. She is not wrong. But if you are in New Orleans, I'll give a shameless plug for Big Ass Beers. Make your way to Big Ass Beers. It is unreal. Like, beer like that. They give it to you, and it's like $2.
Troy beer? Like The Troy big ass beers?
Oh, not mason jars. Not mason jars.
Steins.
I mean, they're bigger. I mean, these are cups. They're like bigger than this thing, full of pens. It's huge, and then they let you keep the cup, so they make nice water glasses.
I'm here for it.
We'll be there in next year. We'll be there next year with YSU. They're playing is it the University of New Orleans, I believe. So we'll be there, calling a game. So I get another trip to the Dirty Town, USA.
Richie, don't go.
It is time for the G. Burbick Farms What's Your Beef? What is Your Filet? Presented by our friends over at G. Burbick Farms. Visit them on the web at gburbickfarms.com, or, hell, go to New Buffalo Road in Columbiana and buy up your steak. All the stuff for this beautiful weekend to come. Buy it up today, and we'll start with Mr. Michael McKenzie. What do you got, buddy?
I would say that my beef is the Pirates getting swept by the Diamondbacks, but I'm numb to Pirates losses at this point because they've been so bad for years. So I'll go with the Filet, and it's kind of like a pathetic one because I'm very happy that I shot a 41 on the front nine over at Beaver Meadows the other day.
Hey, there it is. Jeffrey, you're up.
Oh, boy. Yep. Great one.
Surprise!
Surprise! I don't got one today. No, I don't have to work tomorrow. There it is.
Will you be here tomorrow?
I will be down there tomorrow. You be down there by 11, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'll be down there.
So there it is. Jeff doesn't have to work tomorrow. I think we've recycled that one a few times.
Yeah.
Paul Munson.
I have two beefs. One is sort of a beef recycled from Monday, and we were still going through it. Took the girls out for lunch today with my buddy Jeff, whose birthday is today. Happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday.
And we were hanging out. The girls were all having a good time. We go to Dairy Queen, and the lobby's closed. Yeah, it was drive-through only because they had 3 people working. That's it. One person doing ice cream, one person doing the grill, and one person doing the counter and the register. So it was like 3 people. You couldn't go inside. We had to go through the drive-through, get our food, and then we could use their little picnic area outside. But it was like, come on. Like, how are people not wanting to work right now? It just blows my mind. I mean, it just was ridiculous. But my second one, one of the reasons I'm wearing the garnet and gold today is it's just sad news out of Florida State with Bobby Bowden. I just read it. They actually said it's pancreatic cancer he's got, so it's terminal. So a great football legend here is going to die soon, and it's sad to see because he's one of the best college football coaches, I think, of all time. So it's sad to see that. So.
All right. Let's go, Mac.
My beef's Jeff. Like Jeff, we do this damn show every day. Like every day, and like
years.
You just can't figure it out. Like you
I figured it out.
Figure it out. You
don't have one.
You use work. You come up with this BS. Oh, work and this is work. Oh, the weather's nice. Oh, it's raining. Oh, it's snowing. Oh, it's windy. Oh, it's cloudy. And this is what you do. Like, we do the show. Figure something out beforehand and then go. So you make this one easy because now I get to save mine for tomorrow, okay? Which is what's going to be Ty today. Was going to be a Filet. Congratulations, Ty. But no, I'd rather shit on you. So you're the beef, and there you go.
That's weird that you want to shit on me. That's weird. All right.
Cleveland Steamer, here it comes.
Yeah, that's weird, Billy. That's weird.
That's all you got, Jeff? That's weird.
Take the work.
That's so weird.
That is weird. Why would you want to shit on someone? Ew.
Well, according to the pre-show, you don't have much of a problem doing more than that. So
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that, though.
Oh, yes, there is.
It takes a hot lunch to work.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm allowed to say anything on that.
No, keep that down. Enjoy Jeff's favorite guy in the world is Hot Carl. So let's go to mine. I'm going to give a Filet. I get to call a game 1 of the championship series in 16U tonight at Scene Park. I'm excited for it, for the opportunity. two great teams and two up-and-coming teams yet again meeting in the championship. Game 1 tonight, 6 o'clock, and we'll have plenty of pictures and plenty of updates on YSN. For all your information and all the links available, I think we got the scrappers tonight too, so keep that in mind later this evening. All you have to do, go to ysnlive.com/live and click on the link. We'll have it all for you. And Game 2 tomorrow at 5:30, I think I saw. So we'll have that covered as well. Hopefully, Paul will have that covered tomorrow as well. So I know a couple of us, 3 of us, will be at the wedding. So hopefully there's someone willing to do the baseball games.
I'll be playing at 8 o'clock.
Where at?
Tomorrow is Friday, is it not?
It is.
Yes.
Okay, I'll be playing on field 1 at 8 o'clock.
Is that Palomino?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have, unfortunately, we do not have Palomino. Nobody ponied up. Get it?
Hey, go Astros.
Go Astros. Go
game
all
2
local
tomorrow,
teams.
Game 2 tomorrow, 5:30.
All right. And an if game at 8 o'clock on 2 as well. So we will have all of you covered tomorrow. We will have you covered tonight. And, of course, don't forget tomorrow. Congratulations, Ty. We'll talk about it, I'm sure, at length tomorrow during the Power Hour. Ty and Ashley getting married. Tying the knot.
Still time, Ty.
That's going to do it for us from the YSN Power Hour. We'll see you tomorrow for more and a week closing. I'm just going to put it out there. If you're still watching, there might be some news coming out tomorrow from YSN. Maybe somebody stepping aside. Don't know.
Huge.
It's going to be huge.
Gotta be huge. Gotta be.
The head's huge. See ya. Bye.